we'll start with how do you get kids to respond to the feedback. So I'm going to show you just two ways. This is Edmodo. Anybody used it? On Edmodo, it's a free website. It's designed to look a little bit like Facebook, so that students are familiar. Thanks, Julie. It's completely secure in that they have to be invited in to be a member. So your class forms a class. Nobody else has access unless you give them access. So it's totally secure. And I used to do all of my feedback like this. So the kid would submit the work online. I would give them the what went well and the even better if, and then I would see the response because it would come back. They would have to respond, or it would actually come back here. And that was brilliant. It was brilliant for lots of ways. Firstly, they're going to make more of an effort because everyone else in the class can read it. Yeah, they can read everyone else's post. That's advantage number one. Advantage number two, they're typing it, so they're likely to put more effort into accuracy. Not always. I can also be really focused, not just to the individual, but I can say, read Daniel's piece. That was absolutely brilliant. I want everyone to read Daniel's piece before you redo something. Because one of the main things that's missing for teachers in every subject is this kind of limitation of yourselves. Yeah, there are many times in the year in which you'll be rubbish. Certainly true of me. There are times in the year when I'm not an effective teacher, or as effective as I'd like to be. However, if I think instead, right, my class are only going to be as good as I am as a teacher. If I think differently and say, well, how can I get my class to learn more than I teach them? Then suddenly I'm thinking about learning in a different way and feedback in a different way. For example, if I get them to read, Millie's wouldn't be good enough, sadly, but if I got them all to read Millie's, they might take different lessons from it. If you think about feedback in a minute, you're being asked as a teacher to give individual feedback to each kid on something that you've chosen. So that's differentiation. However, it's much more effective if the kid comes to it and says, oh, I didn't realise you could have a one-sentence paragraph. Oh, that's interesting, I'll try that. Oh, I didn't realise that my subordinate clause here needed a comma and then another comma here. I didn't realise I could have a sentence like that. There are all kinds of things which you can't predict, which they will learn from each other's work. So the more of the students' work you can show, the quicker their learning is going to be. Because, let me reiterate, if they only learn what you teach them, they'll only ever be as good as you are as a teacher. And that's limiting. Yeah, if you can find other ways for them to seek their own feedback, they're going to learn much more quickly. And that's one of my secrets as a teacher. I, for example, have got a Year 10 and 11 class right now, and my Year 11s have got their first IGCSE exam on Tuesday. And I've left them without any worries whatsoever, because I know they're going to be okay. Now, most teachers would think I'm insane, but the reason for that is, because I'm a senior leader and I'm pulled all over the place, I know I'm going to miss some of their lessons. So I have to be better as a teacher for them than I can possibly be, which is where this sort of stuff comes in. Yeah? If they're learning from each other, it almost doesn't matter if I'm there. I'm exaggerating for effect, hopefully it matters. But that is so powerful. If you can think, how do they get more than I'm just teaching them? I'll try and show you some more techniques.